You ain't gotta lie to kick it, my nigga. You ain't gotta lie. You ain't gotta lie.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 28 of You Ain't Gotta Lie podcast. I'm your co-host, Wavy Jason, aka J Stage D.
And you're with F Money or Money for short. How's everybody doing today?
I love you're consistent with that. You're always asking our lovely viewers how are they doing today, and that's a great question to ask. How are everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone's doing well. This comes to you in a good place. We appreciate anyone who taking time out of their day to listen to us talk about the things we talk about. This one's going to be kind of heavy sports. We're going to talk about recapping the NBA. We're in the first, I don't even want to say the first half because we're not halfway through, but we're in the opening parts of the long NBA season. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to recap the NFL trade deadline. Then we're going to do a couple previews of the games coming up this Sunday from the Bucks versus the Patriots, the Rams and the 49ers, and the Steelers and Chargers, as well as the Packers and Eagles. And of course, we got to recap some big games, obviously. My Carolina Panthers, Money's Dolphins, and the game of the week, the Chiefs versus the Bills. Before we get into this, Money, how are you doing today? You doing good, man?
I'm great.
And the last topic we're going to talk about, which I think we're going to talk about first, is actually the government shutdown and how it's affecting the airports. Am I correct on that, Money?
Yes, I call it the segment, Is It Smart to Fly right now?
So based on that question, do you think it's smart to fly right now?
No. I'm going to say I did a little bit of research and I was seeing that at least like some of these big airports are having delays and canceling some flights. People were talking about they're waiting 3-4 hours in line. Agents are calling out sick because they're not getting paid. I'm gonna read this. Okay, I've seen this segment. It was this is a worker. She's a government worker at TSA. Her name is Maggie. She says, "I am frustrated, angry, and disappointed." She says, due to the government shutdown, her bank account is negative, has a negative balance, and she was last paid October 11th. She has an autistic son, and he has only 2 months worth of medication. So this is affecting a lot of government workers. I seen a funny video online. I'm gonna see if I can find it again, and I'll send it to you where people are waiting in line and stuff, and the TSA agents are over there have their own band and they're playing instead of helping out.
Oh yeah, I believe
and I
you
laughed
sent
so
it to
hard.
me. They're over there, yeah. Which is funny to think
Yeah.
about because it's like the way I was told that it works is if you show up, you'll receive back pay at some point. Now, do they get paid for that? Because they technically did show up, but they're not working though. So it's like, are they including that back pay or? That's just a question I have. But so, since this is more your world, excuse me, I have a couple questions for you. I actually got a few questions for you. So I'm gonna just go through them all and just give me your opinion on them. So, starting with accountability and blame. Who deserves the most blame when the shutdown starts impacting airports? The politician or the system that allows the shutdown to happen in the first place?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say I would have to say both because for one, you should know in advance how this is going to affect everyone.
Right.
These are regular people who are trying to pay their bills. So I talked to my mom, right? And I asked her this question. I was like, "Hey, mom, if you're part of the government, because my mom works for the government. So I'm like, if you're part of the government and you're not getting paid, right? I'll say my mom, she's still getting paid, but I was like the ones who aren't getting paid, what do you do to pay your bills?" And she said you have to go and find and get a loan, a 0% loan, and use that to pay your bills. And I was like, that would have to be a pain to have to go and find a loan. But I think the main people to blame is the politicians because I know you said the system that you said the second part was the system that allows this to happen. Well, the politicians could have set up something to take away that
Some sort of
affecting normal people. Yeah.
Yeah, fail safe. That's the word I was thinking of.
Yes. Yes, a failsafe. So I think we have to blame the politicians more than anything because they've had, like, think about the past few presidents, right? Even with Biden in office, when he first got into office, there was a government shutdown. So I'll say we have to blame the politicians on that.
And with that being said, if airport operations are considered essential, because you know they're considered essential workers, people working in the airport, should they be protected from political gridlock entirely?
Yes, yes, because if you think about it, right, uh, airports are important. Like people have to fly for jobs. A lot of people are flying. Like think about it. Say if you have a big client in another state, right? Say if you're a company and you want to fly to Florida for Publix, you're flying from New York, right? Could you imagine how waiting 3, 4 hours at the airport could delay you from making that meeting with Publix? And then Publix is like, nah, they don't seem professional and this or that. So I'll say it makes a huge difference.
Okay. More towards the real world impact. What does it say about our infrastructure that one political disagreement can grind air travel to a halt?
It says that we have to do better, that they have to put up a new system in order to allow the airport employees to get paid. Like, why are they not getting paid? Because you all are having a disagreement. It doesn't make any sense to me. It should be, they're paid because they're essential workers. Like, think about this. What would happen if airports get shut down? You would take a lot of money out of uh out of these different states because think about how many people travel from state to state. Some
Mm-hmm.
people from vacation, some people from working. Like think about like let's just hypothetically say since we know Orlando Airport, right? Say if Orlando Airport is shut down, the type of money it would cost Florida.
Yeah.
Or the
That'll
one
be a
in
big
Jersey.
hit.
I don't know the one in Jersey.
Yeah,
I don't
Newark's
know
a
the
pretty
name of.
big one. JFK is the bigger one. JFK is the one that would take the bigger hit in New
Okay,
York.
so say if JFK was shut down, what the type of money it would cost?
That's a lot
It
of
would.
money.
That's what I'm saying. So they're essential workers. I think there should be plans in order for these workers to get paid because like you can't tell the your landlord, hey man, I'll pay rent whenever I get paid. He's like, bro, I gotta pay this bill too.
Yeah,
So
he got to
everybody's
support his
affected
family
at
as
that
well.
point. Yeah.
And since you brought up the workers, if airport workers, the TSA and air traffic controllers, stop being paid, how long until safety actually becomes compromised? Because now we're seeing less and less people show up from work, and the ones who are showing up from work aren't actually working.
I'm gonna ask you this. Did you see that? I know Grace sent this to me. I'll send it to you. But there was a big plane. Oh yeah, you did send it to me. The plane crash.
Hmm.
The plane crash. Remember? And it's like is pilots included in that because you get less experienced pilots like because the older ones are like, look, man, I gotta go work somewhere else. I gotta go work at you know Walmart or something until I get start getting paid because I can't sit back and my bills are always gonna be due every month.
Yeah, that money don't stop.
I'll say it's kind of like COVID where you know a lot of people couldn't work. It's like how these bills are still gonna pile up.
How safe is it to fly when people responsible for keeping you safe aren't getting paid? So now you get people who's showing up for work, and then like I said, you have some showing up not working, some showing up working. How dedicated are they to their job, knowing like I'm working for free? Because I know me personally, that's a big thing for my. The thought of working for free makes my skin crawl. So I can only imagine how these individuals feel in their current situation.
Let me just say this: some people work their job and they don't care already. So imagine
Facts.
how bad it'd get if you're working for free. It would get very bad. Like I wouldn't even want to take that chance in order to fly at that point because it's risky. I remember my dad. My dad was talking with my cousins, and I was talking with my cousin. Me and TJ had this conversation. He's like, "Cause I remember your dad was talking with me and my brother, and he was like, I don't know if it's safe to fly out there." And and look at it now. It's not even safe to fly because of all these things. And remember, Uh, we flew, and y'all were running into problems with TSA agents and everything, and the government hadn't even been shut down.
Right.
So imagine how bad it is now. Like, didn't y'all get what 3 hours delayed, 2 to 3 hours
Yeah.
delayed?
It was a couple of days, correct. Got home hella
So
late because of that.
so imagine how bad it is now.
So with that being said, should passengers be informed when staffing levels are low due to the shutdowns? Which I think kind of is a crazy question because you hear about it. You're hearing about it in some way, shape, or form. Unless you just don't watch the news, then maybe you don't hear about it. But what are your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna say they should already know. Let's just be real. Like when you hear government shutdown, you should have an idea who are government workers, who
Who are going to be affected?
and you should know the airport is a part of the government workers. Like you and I'll say that's a big part. We're not even breaking down everything else, but I'm gonna say that's a big part because could you imagine the pilot don't give a freak now? I don't care.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm flying this and I ain't even getting paid today. I gotta wait till doggone 3 months from now to get paid. And I'll say with the back pay, it affects everybody because um think about the airports, right? They have to instead of sending hypothetically, say if somebody was making 1,000 every 2 weeks, so just use that as a blank number to make everything easier. So if they're getting
Hmm.
paid 1,000 every 2 weeks, and now they haven't been paid for 5 months, so now you got to send them $10,000 lump sum right then and there instead of you know 2,000 for the month.
Sadly, for our government, the way it works, I think they wouldn't even send them a lump sum. I think they would send them a check, like a normal payment check. And it's like, oh, we're going to keep sending you a check every week until we caught up. And it's like, how about you, like you said, just send me a lump sum. I need this money. Obviously, I haven't been paid in X amount of time. So I think it's all unfortunate. And speaking of the workers, once again, if we're considering them essential workers, are we almost exploiting them by calling them essential workers but not guaranteeing their pay and expecting them to show up and work and give the same effort?
That's a good question. I'll say yes. Yes, we are because we're saying they're essential because they are, but we're not treating them like it. So I'll say yes, we're exploiting them, and I'll say they deserve to be treated better because like we all said, nobody wants to go in there and work for free. Well, technically they're not working for free, but you get what I'm saying. You don't want to work
Yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
you're told, hey, you're gonna get your last check in 10 weeks. What?
Yeah, you'll get it
I'm
later.
behind already.
Yeah. And that's a sad reality. Most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. So being in this situation is extremely unfortunate for these people. Is it ethical to think TSA agents or air traffic controls to expect TSA agents or air traffic controls to keep their country moving where their own bills can't?
No, I think there should be a thing put into the place where if this ever happens, that their bills are put on hold because I forget the state, but I know one state, one of the governors put all government workers' bills on hold because of this, and I think that's fair because I'm getting evicted, but you expect me to go to work and I can't pay my bills.
I don't even
What you
have a
want me to
place
do?
to
Sleep on
live.
a
Right.
Yeah. What you want to do? Sleep on the streets and then show up to work the next day because it's y'all fault.
Yeah. I got another one. If airports, because you mentioned this earlier about the airport shutting down completely. If airports shut down for even 48 hours, what's the ripple effect of the economy, including small businesses, other airlines, and tourism?
We seen it during COVID. We seen how the stock market crashed heavily.
Mm-hmm.
We seen especially the airport stocks crashed so hard. Like some of these stocks were like $32 and everything. It was really bad, and we seen how everyone was outraged and that type of thing. So I'll say if it happened for 48 hours, we will see a major impact on the economy because think about how many people fly per day. Like are we
Right.
like with this question? Do you want to talk about uh all the total airports, or you're going to talk about a specific one? Because we talk about all the total airports, man, you're talking about billions of dollars a day.
Correct. Is it fair that everyday travelers and workers feel the impact of shutdown more than the politicians causing them?
Yeah, I'll say yeah. It's not fair because think about this. Why would they care? They got private planes. They fly private. They're like, well, hey, we're having this shutdown. We're gonna fly private. So I'll say it's not fair that they're going through this, but I'll say the major thing is the TSA employees, they're the ones that are still out there grinding and doing what they can. I understand they're going through a hard time. I'll say, I know this from experience because, like I say, one of my cousins he works for the airports. So I say, it's really tough because it's like, hey, I got to do my job, but I'm not getting paid for my job. So I'll say, it's much respect to them. They're still out there grinding. They're trying to keep people safe the best they can, and they're doing a noble job. That's all I'll say.
Should the U.S. adopt a no shutdown law like some other countries where the government must keep operating even during budget fights?
Yes, yes, I think so, because the shutdown doesn't benefit anybody.
Well, I guess it benefits the winner of, who gets the money in the end from that standing. My follow-up question is the shutdown a sign of a political failure, or has it been a negotiating tool that's been around for years that's becoming normalized?
I'll say it's a negotiating tool because, like I said, we had a government shutdown during Biden's term too. They say it
Yeah.
usually happens like within the first year of a president, or when a new president comes in. So we switched from Biden to Trump, and now with Biden we had it, and now with Trump we're having it. So they say usually within the first year of a presidency it'll happen, which I think is kind of sad because uh, it doesn't make any sense to shut down the government when we have airports and everything still trying to function.
What does it
Armed
say
forces
about
still trying to
America's
function.
Yeah. What does it say about America's priorities that airports, a crucial part of our national safety, can be held hostage over political disagreements?
It says we have to do better. We have to do a lot better as a country because uh, airports, airports with airplanes and everything, it's all about safety. You want everyone to feel safe. You don't want to have all these crashes because like I said earlier with the video, we seen a big crash, and it's like, do we want to see more of these? No, we
All
don't. We
right.
want nothing but safety, and we want people to feel safe because in the end, if airports shut down or keep going through what they're going through, everybody loses. Are
Shutdown
flying.
show workers are actually the backbone of the country, not the politicians.
I wouldn't say they're the total backbone, but I'll say they're part of it. They're a
I
major
think it
part of
shows
it.
their role
Yes.
is bigger than what leads to people to believe.
Yes. Totally agree.
All right, I got a
We can
few
ask
more
people who's
questions
been to
for you.
airports.
Mm-hmm. No,
I'll
what
say
you
we can
saying?
ask people who's been to. I'll say we can ask people who've been to airports how their experience is since the government shut down, and they say they hate it.
Yeah, it's hella busy. Like even the day we were leaving, when we were leaving North Carolina, it was hella busy that day. And then we had our flight delayed, and so that was fun. And there was just, and then we seen other people getting their flights delayed. So if you had a flight booked during a shutdown, how would you feel stepping into an airport knowing staffing is thin?
But I'll be trying to get me a refund. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It
I want a
almost opens the
refund.
door to like, should I drive? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Yes,
I can fly there and be there in 3 hours, or should I just drive and be there in 10? It makes you
I'll
consider
drive.
those options.
I will feel safe with driving at that point.
Yeah. Because it's funny because the saying a lot of people like to use and throw around is you're more likely to get in a car accident than you are in a airplane accident. But now, after all these clips we've seen from this year alone, even before the shutdown was really even a thing, it's getting kind of hectic, man. So I got a little monkey wrench for you. What's the wildest thing you think will happen in the airport during an extended shutdown? Do you think people will start
There, pro-
rioting and looting?
no, I think there might be fights. There might be
Yeah.
fights because people have to be to a certain place, and somebody's like, "Man, mine is more important." No, mine is more important than fights outbreak. You don't know what can happen. Like people don't have patience nowadays. They want
And it's funny
everything
you
now,
say
now,
that.
now.
Yes. That's actually a personal pet peeve of mine. People who think their time is more valuable to others. Like, I don't know why that irks me so much, but it does. Like, we're all on a plane going to the same destination. The plane touches down, everyone stands up. And it's like, I understand you got those couple people who are trying to make a connection flight, but not all of them are trying to make connected flights. Because one guy, I remember very vividly still to this day, he pushing people out the way. He's like, I gotta go, I gotta go. And I'm thinking like, okay, that's rude, but maybe he gotta make a connecting flight. Just for me to get off the plane, get to baggage pickup, and he's right there standing next to me. I'm like, bro, you just was pushing all those people to get here and still be waiting like everybody else? Like, insane to me.
I'll say this: I understand
So,
that people's in a rush because you gotta. I'll say I was sometimes like I probably could have been a little bit of a rush because I took another form of way to get home. Like I took like a chauffeur thing service. So, I would understood if I was in a rush because you want to be there on time so they don't leave you. Because if you have to wait an extra hour for them to come get you.
but
So I'll
even
say
with that
maybe
money,
if
you ain't pushing people out the way, talking to them crazy.
yeah,
I know you. You not doing all that.
no, no, I ain't doing that. I'm just like,
Exactly.
I I look at it like, hey, I give them a heads up, and we should be good with that point. Making sure I'm at the right location and that type of thing. I even made sure to schedule them an hour after I was supposed to land, just in case. I think that's the best way to do it.
No, it's smart. Which is smart. So I got two more questions for you. Should essential workers get automated back pay plus hazard pay during shutdowns? So essentially, should they get bonus during government shutdowns?
Yes, yes, because it's like you're working overtime because you're working without getting paid. So I think yes, you should get bonus pay. You should, and like we said, you should get a lump sum. It shouldn't be, hey, we're gonna give you your 1,000 here and there. No, just give me my doggone 10 grand so I can pay back these loans that I had to take out to
Right.
continue to work and keep this airport safe.
And last question I got for you: is it time to rethink how federal funding works so critical services never stop?
Yes, I think it is. What do you think about it?
I agree. I mean, because you just said people say it happens usually when a new president in their first term, and it's like, why is it still happening for you? If this is something that's been going on for years, well, I guess technically every 4 years or every 8 years, depending on how often we get a new president. Why are we not having things set up in place to where we can move around it? Why are we not more prepared to handle this? Why are we not in the right avenues to navigate through this?
Agree with you.
So it just doesn't make any sense to me personally. Anything else you want to add to
It's
that segment?
I'll say it's basically like a flexing contest. It's like I can flex my power. No, I'll flex my power. It's like, look, bro, we're not the civilians are the ones that's not winning, and
Right.
and and they're getting to go to their cushy homes and everything else, still getting paid, while the essential workers at the airport, which is the subject we're talking about, are the ones who are going home and trying to think, hey, what bank can I go to, or what loan place can I go to get this loan so I can still have a place to live?
Yeah, for sure. It's the people not affected gets the final say, which is I think is extremely unfair. So NBA buzz. We are in the early part of the NBA season, like I mentioned in the opening part of this video. And it's a couple hot topics going around. I got a couple things that stood out to me. I believe Money has a couple he wrote down that stood out to him. Um, One of the earlier things I noticed is some of the trade rumors. We are about 10 games into the season, and I'm already hearing a ton of trade rumors. Money, what are some of the ones you've heard? Do you have any written down?
Uh, they say Jaws, he might get traded because he said he's lost his joy. One of the teams they talked about is the Rockets. People have been talking about the Heat. They say Sacramento is monitoring the situation, and it's like I don't understand why Sacramento is monitoring the situation after you just traded your point guard. What they just traded Fox like what a year ago.
Yep.
So I'm
Not even a
like,
year
I don't
ago.
think, yeah, I think Ja be happy there. I'm like, I think Ja needs to go if he's gonna get traded. He needs to go to a team with structure. And I'm like, the Rockets, because the coach, he had his own situation going on with Boston when he was in Boston. I'm like, if you're going to go to a place with structure, you need to go to, Miami. I'll say San Antonio's crowded at point guard, but I'll like, Miami, maybe Boston, those type of teams with
If
structure,
Mike
not
Malone was still with the
Houston.
Nuggets, I would say the Nuggets.
Same here, too.
And it's like, and we're not looking at it as like, oh, we're trying to load these teams. We're looking at it as a strict coach who's going, like Money says, going to give these teams structure,
Another
not
one I
more of
seen was
those player
Zion.
friendly ones. Zion,
Yeah.
yeah, I heard. Has he been playing so far this year?
He's been playing a little bit. I'll say the main thing is they saying that there's not much trade value for him, and I'm like, he hasn't been playing. I'll say if
Former
you're a
number one
team
pick,
like,
always hurt,
yeah,
always overweight.
Jay, if I'm Sacramento, that's a chance I'll take. Why? Because we have nothing to play for. Let me go
Correct.
try. Let me go try to get him for peanuts. At least we can say, hey, we got a Zion to sell tickets.
The Warriors are averaging a 17.2 turnovers a game, which isn't very good. What are your thoughts about that?
That's a lot.
That's
That's
a
all I
hell of
can
a lot.
say.
17 a game is insane. Then we got Luka Doncic, who's off to a hot start. Luka's off to a scorching start with the Los Angeles Lakers. He's arguably the best NBA player in the start of the season, which I think is too early to start saying he's the best and all that stuff. He is a top 5, top 3 player, but to artists, he's one of the best players. He's according to the article I saw, they said he's the best player in the NBA. I think it's a little early to give him that title, but he's definitely top 3, top 5. But obviously, to winning the MVP, you got the 65 game minimum cap, or some people jokingly like to say the Joel Embiid rule. It could mess up his MVP eligibility if he doesn't play enough games. He's already missed a couple of games from injury, and obviously, we rest players in this modern day of basketball. So, great player, crazy numbers, but the big question mark is, will he play those games? Luka on an MVP run this year, will he make it to the finish line? What are your thoughts?
No, the player that I think is having a better season is that tall twin tower out there in San Antonio.
He
That
just
boy right
dropped
there
Wemby off
balling.
though.
Huh?
He just dropped 40 on Wemby. Wemby had 19. He had 40.
I'm talking about average. Hey, it's early. It's early, boy. That twin tower out there. That twin tower out there in San Antonio averaging 26 and 13,
He
bro.
is looking like an alien,
Dog.
100%.
Hey,
He's looking
hey,
very freakish right now.
the dude ruined 2K for us, by the way. But we ain't gonna say too much about that.
Just shoot over everybody, dribble size up. Yeah, Wemby's been in his bag early on. But
Yeah.
Luka did outplay him, and to make matters worse, Wemby fouled out. He was drawing a lot of offensive fouls that
Shoot.
game. It was rough. It was a rough game for him. But like we can't say enough, y'all. It's early in the season, so I think people jumping the gun are a little too much in my opinion. But I understand it.
We got to talk about health with
Another
both
one.
players.
Yeah, health's a big thing. Wemby gets rested a lot, which is bittersweet because you don't want a player to rest if he can go, especially when they're that young. You want them to play. LeBron played every game when he first came into the league. I want Wemby to play every game. I understand the concern with someone over 7 feet tall with their injuries. You worry about their knees and their ankles, but he is a young superstar. He should be good to go. I want to see him out there selfishly.
Agree.
Next one we got on task is Jaylen Brown's hair. There's been plenty of memes floating around, and before we even get into this one, I'm a huge Jaylen Brown fan. I've been on the record many a times for many years saying I think Jaylen Brown is better than I don't forgot his name. He done been hurt so damn long. What's his
Jason
name?
Tatum.
Jason Tatum. That's embarrassing. We might have to cut that one out. Jason Tatum. I said Jaylen Brown's better than Jason Tatum for the longest. And yeah, so now he's going viral for apparently he's having the enhancements. Celtics guard Jaylen Brown get teased online after a second incident where his hairline has left a mark on another player's jersey, and fans are going wild. And now, I understand JB may be going bald, and if you're going bald, nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and shave it off. It may look better. You look at Derek White. Derek White held on his hair forever. He cut his hair and finally went bald. It fits him. It looks good on him. JB, I love you, bro, but you gotta own it, dog. He has went publicly and said, quote, AI is getting out of hand. It's not AI, Jaylen. This is actually happening to you. We see it at firsthand. It's funny enough because one player, it was like, after he made that comment, Thomas, like, AI is getting out of hand. It happened again. And then you see the dude holding his jersey like, look, y'all, it's real. Like, it's getting bad. It's getting bad and it's getting out of hand. And I don't know, man. It's just wild. Every NBA star has some wild moment. But I mean, I guess this is his. Because they are entertainers at the end of the day, so maybe he's trying to be more entertaining with it.
Maybe got to wear a Scully during games.
Imagine. Or a headband or something. I don't know, bro. He got to figure that out, though. We can't be leaving enhancements on players' jersey because them enhancements do not wash out easily.
It's a fact.
What else you got for the NBA?
I got some news for the Heat. You know, I had to talk about the Heat news. Bam is day to day with a sprained left foot. Make sure your left toe. And Tyler Hero is out until mid-November due
Has
to
he played a
foot
game
and
this
ankle
season
injury.
yet?
He hasn't. He's been injury prone. He's been the most injury prone player that I've seen in a while, and they say he wants a big contract, and it's like, we could give you half. We should give him half. They should give him half. They should say, hey, the stipulations should say, hey, we'll pay you the $50 million, but if you only play half of the games, you only get 25. That should
Right.
happen because you're paying.
I mean, that's what they did with Zion. They put the injury clause in his contract, so I agree with that. Ain't nothing wrong with the injury clause. Availability is the best ability.
Yeah, and he's been always injured. I'll say, to me, I think if you make a Ja trade, he possibly could get moved because it's like when we need you the most, you always hurt.
No, for sure. If you make a Ja trade, he's definitely going to be a part of it.
Yeah,
I know.
possibly for the money reasons.
Yeah. With Orlando, I mean, since you talked about the Heat, I'll talk about Orlando. We're not off to a good start. I believe we're 11th right now in the Eastern standings, which is pretty pitiful. Desmond Bane was brought over to be a difference maker, and he's been bad. And then, I don't know if you saw the other night where he clips a guy out the air, and the guy's like, he clips him and pulls him to the ground. And as the guy's on the ground, he grabs the ball and launches the ball at him. It was very circusy, as I like to say. How a clown show, it was very circusy what he did. It was just, for him to be an NBA veteran, I don't expect that for him. So to see him act like that on top of him playing bad, hey bro, we spent a bunch of picks on you to come over here and sting up the place now. We done did all these preseason promotions with you with the Bane mask on, talk about some of you awoken and all this. Like, I'm gonna need you to show me something. Because it look like you sleep right now. We look like a bad team.
Remember, you wanted Trae Young instead.
I did want Trae Young. We need another scorer. We got plenty of defense. We need somebody. We were the worst three-point shooting. How many times did I say that last year, Money? We're the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. And we're bringing a guy who is known to shoot threes well, but he's currently shooting, I think, 37% from three.
Hey, Jay, the crazy thing is the Heat been off to a hot start. and the Magic has been bad.
For the East, Chicago's in first place, 6-1. Detroit is 6-2. The Knicks are 5-3. Cleveland's 5-3. Milwaukee's 5-3. Philly is 5-3. Atlanta's 4-4. Toronto's 4-4. Miami Heat is 4-4. Boston Celtics are 4-5. Orlando's 3-5. Charlotte is 3-5. Brooklyn, Indiana, and the Wizards are all 1-7. Which actually, a sneaky hot take. This may be the best thing to possibly happen for the Pacers. Because we know Holly Baby is out for the whole season. They get a top 3 pick potentially from the lottery, bringing another player to team up with him. That this next season, when Holly's healthy, and they got that hot that hot rookie from the draft, that could be a team to watch. Next year, I think the Pacers are going to be a team to watch, bro. And for the
How
West,
is Boston looking?
Boston is, I said Boston, they're 4-5.
Well,
they're one game below Miami.
I don't think Boston's really going to have a great season because they don't have Jaylen Brown's got to carry the team by himself. I think he's going to have a good season, but I'm like, that's a heavy load for any player.
Desmond Brown is shooting 28.6% from 3 money.
Bane is shooting 28%.
28% from 3.
That's pitiful.
A guy who's known to be a really good shooter is shooting 28% from 3 for us. So like I said, he's not looking good. And I gave him a high percentage.
You gave him a higher percentage than he had.
Yeah, so he's been bad. We obviously need him to step it up. And on the west side of the bracket, OKC's 8-1. The Lakers are 7-2. Houston's 5-2. Denver's 5-2. San Antonio's 5-2. Portland's surprisingly 5-3. Golden State's 5-4. Minnesota's 4-4. Phoenix is 4-5. Excuse me. Sacramento is 3-5. Utah is 3-5. The Clippers are 3-5. Memphis is 3-6, and the Pelicans and the Dallas Mavericks are both 2-6. So that's the standings, man. And you and I, you're a little higher than me. You're in the playoff race right now. We are not. So,
I said the wrong record. I thought I was like 7-2, but it turned out to 4-4. So I said the wrong record. I know they were started off hot in that. Looking at the record now, it's like they came back down to earth.
Yeah, the only positive we had, because to me that means something. I don't know why, but I think winning the first game of the year, it means something. You start off with a loss. Obviously, we've seen teams bounce back. Like Kansas City lost week 1 against the Lions and went to the Super Bowl back to back. So obviously, it doesn't affect everyone, but I think it's a nice little check in the box if you can win the opening night. And we won opening night, game 1 against Miami. So I think, that's something that we should go back to. Like, hey, what did we do game 1? And keep doing that again. And then people are calling for the head coach to be fired. I don't think we need to fire our head coach. He took us to the playoffs last year, and we had top 3 best defense in the NBA. Now we're saying he needs to be fired? No.
It's too early.
It's too early. I agree.
Any other NBA news that you've been thinking about? Any rumors? All right, because I talked about what I wanted to talk about. I'll say we'll have to see where if these trade rumors become reality, like Ja gets moved and Zion gets moved. But besides that, the NBA season is still young. It's just starting. We'll have to see how the rest of the season goes.
I saw Trae Young's name get brought up, but I couldn't see him going anywhere currently. I couldn't see him going.
Maybe trading deadline.
He'll make that team impact. Yeah, maybe by the deadline. But as of right now, I don't see him making any team different.
The thing I never understood is why teams wait so long until the deadline. It's like you should know within the first few months of the season how your team is going to be or where they're going to be at instead of waiting to the deadline.
Well, I guess they kind of try to see what their record is. Because let's say, hypothetically, you have like who's a good player but not like crazy good? A good player that's not crazy good.
Let's say Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero, right? If you're finna make up a record at the trade deadline, let's say you're 11-38. you're probably not going to make the playoffs. So now it's like, all right, we need to prepare for the draft. So I would say that's why you'll wait for the deadline, because then you can move
Okay.
guys off. Because you don't want to move players too soon. You may have a chance to run. And then, like, let's say you do slide into the playoffs as like a sixth seed in Miami, but you traded Tyler Hero a month into the season. He's like, damn, we could have used that scoring. So
Yeah.
that would be my only pushback to that. But
Okay.
we
Good.
have to recap Sunday football. First up on tap, we got the Buffalo Bills defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 28-21. Buffalo held it down at home. Josh Allen had one of his most efficient performances, going 23 of 26 for 273 yards with 3 total touchdowns and 2 on the ground, and set an NFL record, passing Cam Newton for the most rushing TDs by a quarterback in league history. James Cook was cooking all night, had 114 yards on the ground, and Dalton Kincaid was unstoppable against his Kansas City defense, putting up 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. Kansas City came up shorthanded with Isaiah Pacheco out, and Kareem Hunt took over the backfield work. He scored a TD and added a 2-point conversion. Mahomes had a wild 4th and 17 conversion late in the game, but ultimately Buffalo's defense held the held the bow when it mattered most, when Maxwell iced the game with an interception. What are your thoughts from this game?
I'll say that's a tough loss for Kansas City, but I'll say then later we heard that trade rumors they're trying to go and get Brees Hall, and it's like your Pacheco has been injury prone. Kareem Hunt has been decent. Why didn't you just give up the third round pick for Brees Hall? A third round pick, you probably could have set up something with him, give him a contract, and you're trying to win Super Bowls. I don't think these running backs are Super Bowl level that you have.
Do you believe Brees Hall wants to be a top 3 highest paid running back in the league currently?
I don't think so because he don't have a production for that.
What do you think he wants? Not what you think of him. What do you think he wants for himself?
I personally think he wants to win. He's been losing so long, and he got to see 2 teammates traded. We'll talk about that recap later in a little bit, but I think he wants to win. I think he's tired of being on the Jets and losing. Because think about it, how many winning seasons has he had? Probably one.
Yeah. I think he wants to get paid. I think he wants to be a top 3, top 5 highest paid running back. And so you're giving up a third round pick, plus you got to pay him. When you have other guys you got to worry about paying eventually, like Rashee Rice. Eventually that bill is going to come due. Trent McDuffie, I think he just got Trent last year. So
I'll say Rashid.
Chris Jones comes up next year.
I'll say with Rashid, since you can probably get a deal with him because he's had so many question marks that he probably can't demand that top dollar. You get what I'm saying? I don't think
Man,
he
them
can
numbers
demand
don't
top
lie.
dollar.
Since he came back, he's been the most productive receiver for them. So I think he still is going to
No, I
come like,
agree.
hey,
I
I want this money. It's a
agree, but
business at the end of the day.
I'm like, they always put into account your attitude, how you carry yourself, that type of thing. I think he'll probably have to give up a few million due to him and his troubles, is what I'm saying.
I don't think he
But
would,
think about it,
honestly.
he was suspended 6 million. He was suspended 6 games already, beginning
So
of the
he's going to be like,
season.
yeah, so I'm going to need that money back. I don't know. I think you still got to worry about that. And in 2 years, you got to pay Xavier Worthy. And theoretically, obviously he hasn't been the greatest now, but theoretically, you'd like to believe eventually he'll start to look pretty good. So he might not get top market money, but he's going to get decent change. My point is, Brees Hall would have been a rental because he's going to want the top dollar market money. And so you would have had him for 8 games. I don't think that's worth it.
Let me ask you this: how long do you think this championship window is going to last? Because
As long as Patrick
you
Mahomes is on the
have
team.
Chris Jones is getting older, Travis Kelsey's getting older,
As long as Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are there. Because
and
we've
then
seen
Andy
Pat
Reid
win
is
with a
getting
bad
older.
defense. That's the only.
And
I'm more
Andy
worried
Reid,
about losing Reed than anything. You lose Andy
that's
Reid, then it's like, okay, now we got to really look
that's
at
my main
everything.
thing. Yeah.
So the
I
rumor
don't think Andy
is,
Reid gonna stay forever, stand forever, bro.
correct. The rumor is Andy said he's going to be there until Pat contract runs out. Pat signed a 10-year deal like 4 years ago. So if the math is correct, 2028 or 2029 would theoretically be his last year.
So he has 4 years, basically, is what you're saying.
Correct.
You probably could have, you probably like running backs. I think you could have gave Brees a decent deal and backloaded it.
He don't want a decent deal, money. I'm telling you, he want to
I
be
think you could
paid.
have gave him. I think you could have gave him a good deal and backloaded it like everybody else. Just pay the piper later down the line.
Backloaded. Then you
Yeah,
gotta pay the
that's
money
what all
that
these
you.
teams
Then
do.
you still gonna have to pay some of it if you cut them. That money don't just disappear when you cut these guys and you backload it. You gotta pay some of that
Oh,
money.
I know. Oh, I know. That's why you pay the piper later. You trying to get
Nah,
you trying to get bowls. You trying to get bowls right now.
I don't know. I think he's still gonna be available in the offseason via free agency, and then you can sign him to a prove it deal because now you can use. Well,
Nah,
last season you weren't that great. He wasn't. Has he been amazing
nah.
this year?
The Jets are not gonna let him walk for nothing. They're gonna
You
franchise
think they'll
tag him.
tag him?
Yeah, they
I mean,
ain't
they
letting
got
him
rid of
walk.
everybody. They got rid of everybody. So hey, who else would they tag?
That's what I'm saying.
So maybe Garrett
You're gonna have
Wilson.
to
I
pay.
think they paid. Did they pay Garrett Wilson? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they did pay Garrett Wilson. So yeah. So I don't know.
I
So
don't
I
see
guess
you
you're right.
trading
Brees
Garrett
would get
Wilson.
tagged. I
I
think
don't
he's
see
on
you
the. I
trading
think they
Garrett.
re-signed him. I think he has a big contract. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I do see a world where he gets tagged, but yeah, um, Kansas City. I mean, at the season ended right now today, they don't make the playoffs. So if they want to be a playoff team like I think they are, they're gonna have to start winning some games and figuring it out. But moving along to the next game, Carolina beat the Packers 16-13 on a game-winning field goal. Our rookie kicker Ryan Fitzpatrick hit his second game winner of the year from 49 yards out. His last one was 33
Impressive.
against Dallas. Rico took over full backfield duties finally after he's been showing he's our better running back all year and finished with 130 yards on the ground. Bryce Young was average at best. He threw an interception early. He was a little questionable, but in the end, we were able to win. And our defense held the Packers to one touchdown all game. I mean, it was an ugly win, but a win's a win. Bryce obviously has to be better. I still think we're a playoff team. We're a half game behind the Buccaneers, and we play them in 2 weeks, I believe. So either 2 weeks or next week we play the Bucs. So if we beat the Saints this upcoming Sunday, I'm not saying it's gonna be easy beating the Bucs because the Bucs are a tough team. But if we can beat the Bucs, that'll say a lot about the direction this team is heading. Any thoughts on that game?
I'll say I would. Hey, you got claps. You get a clap from me because I didn't know if y'all. I didn't think y'all were gonna beat the Packers. I'm gonna be honest with you. And y'all went out there and kicked that game winner against them. I'm like, okay, good job to the Panthers
Rookie
because they're
kicker, by the
showing.
way.
Oh man, he might be cold in the future. Then making
I
game
know.
winners
That's his
now.
second one of the year because he kicked one against Dallas too.
You might have found something that kicker. Then
So hopefully, let's talk about that Miami game, Money. Go ahead and recap it for us.
Dolphins lost again. What to talk about, bro?
Who did the Dolphins play? Who did they play, sir?
Shoot, they could play. They could play a school bus of kids and still lose. Doggone Dolphins, dude, suck. Oh, here, dude, gonna ask
This
me
is
how the team win.
Oh my
Like, what is
goodness, I'm
that talk
tearing
about?
up.
They lost. They lost. They went in there and lost, and they lost again, and they gonna lose again. They gonna lose this week to the Bills. What is that talk about? The team go out there and get their butt kicked. Like
Hey, the
teams
Bills are in
circle the
jeopardy of
Dolphins.
losing the division.
Hey, they lost to the Ravens. They got beat on. They played Wednesday night. They played Thursday night and got beat on national TV. They let a team go in and kick their butt at their home. They were
So
showing the booze and everything. They got beat on. That's what happened to them. They're gonna get beat on this week too.
who do y'all
We
play
got
this
Tua
week?
turn. We got the Bills. We got Tua turn the ball over there at
That's right. You
quarterback.
did just say the
Dude talk.
Bills.
The dude said, I'm not worried about my job this season. Like what? Dude said I ain't playing for my job, but I do need to play better. You know what?
He
Like the
acknowledged
dude
he's
need to
playing
stop
bad.
talking. He need to just not say nothing else. Like they need to say Tua, turn the ball over. You don't need to go out there no more, man. Like it seemed like him and the coach are taking shots at each other. The
Yeah, that's
GM
weird.
gone.
That's
It
what you
looked like the
wanted,
coach trying to
so you know.
distance. Hey Jay, it
I
looked
know
like
it
the coach
seems
trying
like
to
that, but
distance himself.
you already hooked yourself to that horse. You've already hooked yourself to that horse. So I don't know why you trying to distance yourself from him, because the damage is done, my boy.
Hey Jay, I call up the owner. Look, I don't want Tua to turn the ball over next season. Well, we're gonna fire you too. Well, look, y'all let me pick my quarterback. I promise I could do better. And what he telling them?
So Miami takes on Buffalo next week. Money thinks it's a loss. Um, where are they playing at? Are they in Miami or Buffalo?
Yeah, they're in Miami. Everybody, all the players bringing their girls. They like, look, we're going on vacation this week.
Ooh, money. I ain't gonna lie. I'm getting that feeling again about this game, bro.
Nah.
I'm getting that feeling again. They're at
Hey,
home,
hey,
because I was gonna say if they're in Buffalo, it's starting to get a little chilly up here. Then I'll be like, all right, yeah, they probably gonna lose that one. But they're at home.
I
I
gotta
don't
make
know.
sure. Hold on.
Tua might be showing his ass, bro.
Yeah, they playing at home. Yeah.
So I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't see it
I'm
happening.
leaning Miami in this game again. I'm
Hey,
leaning Miami.
hey, James Cook he gonna do what he want to do. He gonna go
I
out
don't
there and
know.
do what he
We
want
gonna
to do
see.
this week.
Carolina
They-
takes on the Saints. I mentioned that earlier. So I mean, obviously, I like Carolina. The Saints are uh, disorganized organization. They don't know who they want to play at quarterback. The head coach looks lost, and I like their head coach. So I thought Kellen Moore would have been a better hire than what he's been so far. Um, but yeah, it's been the clown show over there. So it should be an easy win for us. As long as Bryce doesn't, if we lose, it's because Bryce played bad. I'm calling that now. If we lose this game, it's because Bryce had like 3 interceptions, or he had a bunch of turnovers. That's the only way we lose this game is if Bryce gives it away.
Hey, tell the Saints we'll trade them to turn the ball over right now. They can have him next year.
For Rattler,
We hey we hey hey we give them to him from a bag of chips. Okay, give us a bag of chips.
you
Make
can
sure they
take
got
Rattler.
Doritos.
Rattler's been decent this season so far.
Rattler's gonna be a backup in Miami. That's all it's gonna be. He gonna be a doggone backup. We look at like Rattler is like it's like the car that you like. Yeah, I gotta use this car until I go get the better car. That's how Rattler
Until I
is.
go get the better car.
Rattler's like you're like Rattler's like okay, I'm driving around in a '08 Honda, but I want that 2025. Okay, Rattler's the '08 Honda.
So a couple games that me and Money got an eye on this week. The Patriots are taking on the Bucks. The New England Patriots are 7-2 and riding high, leading the AFC East for the first time in a long time, looking to extend their 6-game winning streak. The Buccaneers are 6-2, are atop of the NFC South, and they're coming off a bye week to host the New England Patriots, which means they'll be plenty rested, but also have high expectations for themselves. For Tampa Bay, a win could help solidify their status as a top team in the NFC and build momentum. For New England, being the hot team on the road would reinforce their resurgence under new head coach Mike Vrabel. What are your thoughts on this game, Money? Definitely has a lot of game of the week stuff written all over
Where
it.
are they playing?
They're playing at Tampa.
They're playing in Tampa.
Hmm.
I was leaning towards the Patriots, but they're playing in Tampa. I'm taking the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks. It's going to be a 7-point game. Baker's going to pull it out somehow, some way.
I definitely got this as a high scoring game too, But I'm kind of leaning the Patriots. Not gonna lie, I'm loving Drake May. As you know, I had him very high on my MVP ballot, so I think I'm gonna go Patriots for that one. Next up, we have the Rams and 49ers. This is a key division matchup in the NFC West. The Rams are 6-2. The 49ers are 6-3 heading to this class. The 49ers hold the head-to-head edge historically in this rivalry. The Rams lost to the 49ers earlier this season in the overtime 26-23 and will be looking for revenge. Both teams this game is about momentum, seeding, and asserting dominance in the division. The Rams veteran QB Matthew Stafford is playing perhaps the best stretch of football, not only of his season, but of his career. Over the past 5 games, he's thrown for 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns, and no interceptions. On the other side of the ball,
Rams.
the 49ers are undefeated against NFC West opponents this season and gives them a psychological boost. I'm right there with you. The Rams are red hot. The Rams are red hot. Puka just got cleared, so he's back again. And Devontae Adams has been the hottest receiver in the red zone. Kyron Williams is Kyron Williams, but who knows who Kyron Williams is, right? Yeah, I'm right there with you. I like the Rams. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Steelers are 5-3, travel to face the Chargers 6-3 at home in Los Angeles for a Sunday night football game. For the Chargers, holding home field and staying hot is crucial for very competitive AFC. For the Steelers, a road win will boost their momentum and seed the contend. What? Lost my place. Sorry. For the Steelers, a road win will boost their momentum and see them contend amongst the top teams. The Steelers' defense has created a lot of the turnovers lately. The Chargers' offense must respond effectively or risk being stomped.
I'm going Chargers. I think the Chargers are the better team. Aaron Rodgers has had a great season, but Justin Herbert, that dude is balling out.
Is he balling out though? Because he had a couple turnovers last year. Last game, dang, had a couple turnovers last game. Missed a couple throws. Looked a little questionable.
Everybody make mistakes, man.
Tua make mistakes, but you crucify him for him.
Bruh, dude's leading the league in interceptions, bruh. They're between making mistakes and leading the league in interceptions, bruh. Dude got 11. Dude, like that dude sucks. Okay, I will say it. The dude sucks. I'm tired of him in Miami. And we took the wrong.
You know who has 10 interceptions?
Who?
Justin Herbert. He's
How many
right
touchdowns does he have? How many touchdowns?
You talked to see you trying to change. Stop moving the goalposts, bro. You said how many interceptions the man threw. Herbert's right up there with him in turnovers.
Hey, the thing with Herbert is he has no offensive line. Both his
we can't use this excuse every year. We use this excuse for Justin Herbert.
That dude is balling.
No.
That dude is carrying the team.
Every year we give Justin Herbert a pass. Oh, his receivers are hurt. Oh, his offensive lineman's hurt. Every year he gets a pass for injuries.
Hey, I ain't getting him a pass. The dude balling out. You don't need a pass when you balling out.
Is he balling out, or is his defense just been helping out?
He's balling out of control. That's what he's doing. Okay.
Okay. I got Pittsburgh winning this game, and you got the Chargers.
Man.
In the last game,
against me with 2.
The Eagles versus the Packers. The Philadelphia Eagles are 6-2, riding strong and coming off of a bye week with fresh legs. The Packers are 5-2-1. Will host the game at Lambeau Field and wants to bounce back after a tough loss to the Carolina Panthers. Whoop, whoop. This is more than just a regular game. It's for divisional standings, which will affect each individual in their divisional standings, playoff positioning, and a national night spotlight, all matter of its renewal of a historical rivalry.
Who you picking? I'm going Packers. I mean Eagles. I'm going Eagles.
Packers.
I'm going Eagles.
I think we're actually going to see Micah show up. I'm going Packers. I think Micah's going to finally pop out and show us why he's Micah Parsons. Because I heard someone say the other day that Quentin Williams is not that much better than Micah Parsons, and I think Micah Parsons is a lot better than Quentin Williams. And it's not a shot at Quentin Williams. I think Quentin Williams.
Who said that?
The sports media personality named Danny Parkins. He said Quentin Williams is not that far off from Micah, and I think Micah's on another world. So for
The
me to
dude's
say
drunk.
that, Micah needs to show us this game that he's on another world, especially against that offensive lineman. If he comes out with 3 sacks, a couple tackles for a loss, yeah,
Hey Jay,
that
can
will
Quinn
further prove
Williams
that
go
point.
back there? Hey Jay, can Quinn Williams play middle linebacker, safety, maybe even cornerback, defensive end, and defensive tackle? Because I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I agree. Cause and
I
then
think Micah
I
can go
saw
out
it
there
on
and play
Reddit
corner.
too. I saw people on Reddit having the same conversation. One dude was like trying to compare their stats, and Micah had like 12 sacks to Quinn's 6, and Micah had like 15 tackles for a loss. I think Quinn might have had 17, but I thought still Micah's numbers was better. Plus, like you said, the versatility of Micah. Micah can drop in coverage. Micah can go get the quarterback. He's a very versatile player. The only thing he quote is questionable is his run defense, but that's not what he's there for. I never hear anybody talk about Lawrence Taylor and his run defense. So
That that
I
that
think that's
dude Lawrence
irrelevant.
Taylor boy, that boy Lawrence Taylor trying to injure somebody every play.
That's on yeah. So it's not gonna take away from his greatness. It's like the LeBron thing. It's Shannon Sharp likes to use this example, and he says, think of LeBron James. LeBron James can do any and everything on the basketball court except for shoot like Steph Curry. And he was like, if God would have gave LeBron the ability to shoot like Steph Curry, it wouldn't have been fair.
It'd have been
And
the
I'm like,
greatest of
that's
all
true.
time, easily.
He'd be the
There'd be
greatest
no
ever. Could you imagine LeBron shooting 44% from three? On top of all
But
the
here's
stuff
the
he already does as LeBron
hey
James?
Jay, here's the thing we have to think about though. If LeBron could shoot like Steph Curry, he might love that jumper so much that he take more jumpers instead of going to the hole. That's something to think about, right?
I don't think so. He'll be
Oh
like a
no,
creative player out there, bro. He'll be doing everything. Another good example he uses, I'm not sure how much you know about track, but Coleman. Coleman is considered to have the fastest start ever. Usain Bolt
mm-hmm.
is known for having a very slow start, but his end is so strong, it's crazy. He has that power and he has that speed. If Usain Bolt had Coleman start, it wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't
He's
be.
probably running the 8 exactly. So it just wouldn't be fair. So you can't have everything. And so,
That's like
like
saying
I
that
said,
Steph
Michael
Curry had
Parsons can't have
LeBron's
everything.
size.
Oh, it's like when people say if Isaiah Thomas was 6'4", like I don't know. Well, it's all hypotheticals. But yeah, the point of me saying that is you can't have everything, and I think Michael Parsons,
Yes.
that's one of the things. Yeah, so I think he needs to have a coming out party this game. He needs to show why the Packers traded for him. He needs to be like, okay, this man's an animal.
Agree. But I'm still going Eagles. Saquon is gonna carry that team, but he be carrying that rock, bro.
He got a
Until
bye
him
week,
carry
but
that rock,
I
nephew.
think he needs more than just a week off. I think he's tired. I think he needs more than a week off.
Hey Jay, I'm
He's
about to
been
call
looking
him and say,
tired all year.
hey, Saquon, carry that rock, nephew.
What
That's
else
the
you
only
got?
chance I
Anything
got a
else?
fantasy this week, bro.
Oh my goodness. The dude money, since you brought it up, I'm on the game last night. We're gonna throw this last story in here before we get off. I'm on the game last night. I hit money up. Yo, you trying to play 2K? He doesn't respond for like 2 hours, and he finally is like, yeah, I'm down. He gets on, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Doesn't say anything. I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe he don't got his headset on yet. He finally cuts on his mic, and I'm like, hey, can you help me out? Completely ignores me, and the nigga go, did y'all see this game? 14 points between 3 people. I'm assuming he talked about his fantasy, so I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, did Brock not have a good game? The dude had 3 points. So I say to him, well, I did send you a trade for him. This nigga said he sent me a trade and leaves the party. He leaves the party. He leaves the party with an attitude, then joins back. And he asked the other dude, it was another dude at the party, he's like, hey, if you had a guy go for 40 points, which he went for 40 on his bench, let me tell y'all that part of the story. He had him on his bench last week. He's like, if you had a dude go for 40, would you trade him? And the other guy, he no money in his move, so he don't want no smoke. He talk about something, no, you're right, money, I wouldn't trade him. He's like, exactly. I'm like, sound like me, you should have sold high. You could have got a good tight end back, bro. Okay, bro. Now you know everything. Then he mutes his mic and doesn't say anything for an hour. I'm like, bruh, I thought we were supposed to play 2K. He over here mad about his damn fantasy football team. It ain't my fault. I ain't the person that got you 3.5 points.
Hey, I've been getting treated all season, bro. Losing due to like barely losses. Shoot, the dash to Kenny. Who gonna be next? I'm getting barely lost.
Hey, long as you beat the worst team in our league, you'll be fine, bro.
I already beat him.
Exactly. I was in a dog fight with him. I won by 1 point.
Hey, everybody have a down season. That's mine, bro. This my down
Bitch,
season.
I'm a little surprised by it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the history of the league, you've never had a down season. So I think it's still hope for you to make the playoffs. You're going to need to make a big trade before the trade deadline, bro.
Bro, I've been trying.
Somebody, bro.
I've been trying. I ain't trying to trade with Kenny. He be sending the worst trades all the time.
Yeah, Kenny's the worst. Kenny, I just started sending him bad trades just because. Like I do, I do it for fun. Like I wake up in the morning, let me send Kenny a bad trade. Like that's legit the thought on my mind. Let me send Kenny a bad trade just because. He gonna send me an eye roll emoji last one I sent him. I'm like, hey, bro, I need something to make me smile today.
Hey, he don't even send me trades no more.
He don't send me no more either. After I started sending him bad trades, he don't send me no more either. But that's all I got for today, man. What else you got? Anything else you want to talk about before we end it?
No, good. This was a good one.
This was fun. This is always fun. To anyone who's made it this far in the video, thank you so much. We greatly appreciate your support and your viewership. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. If there's anything you want me and Money to talk about next, let us know. We'll let us talk about it. If you want to see us stream a game, I've been thinking about that. Maybe you play a game and I'll post it on my gaming channel. You know, some type of co-op game. We just gotta find the perfect co-op game for us to play. But any of the sorts, you guys let us know. Yeah, Diablo. I don't know if that'll be good content though, but yeah, we could always play it though. But yes, that's an option. But any other thing you guys want to see us play? Oh, maybe we could do the bomb game. I was playing it with Jordan, but you know Jordan retired from gaming, so maybe you can download. I think it's free, or maybe like $3. It's not an expensive game, but we can probably do that. And then
Battlefield.
Yeah, that might be fun. You gonna get a shooter? If you get Battlefield, I'll get Battlefield. So you just let me know, sir. But that's all I got for this one. Thank you so much for your support. Like I said, we can't thank you guys enough. Please like, please share, please subscribe. Until the next one, I'm Jace HD, aka 2 Wavy Jace.
I'm F Money, or Money for short.
Peace.
Y'all take it easy, y'all.